Good afternoon. It's 4 o'clock. That's fucking hot. Yeah, today is very hot, man. I just got away from my shoot at Denty's. Yeah. Was today busy at Denty's, Ivan? It was pretty busy. Denty's is usually busier than Coco Frutti during the week. During weekdays, Denty's is busier, but weekends you can argue Coco Frutti is busier. Coco Frutti, the whole restaurant's packed on weekends. Whereas Denty's, I've worked a few weekends there. The restaurant isn't necessarily fully packed. 3/4 of it's packed, but weekdays it's busy. It's busier than Coco Frutti. But Coco Frutti hands down has busier Sundays. Sundays it's fucking busy. The whole restaurant's packed. You have like a huge line at Coco Frutti, right? I'm off tomorrow, so I can make it for you guys in the morning. But I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Coco Frutti. But tomorrow I'm gonna go apply. I'm gonna go to the Shadow Cars. Yeah, I already applied online, but I'm gonna apply there in person as a dishwasher position at the hotel. Because if I can get that hotel job, that's nice. Hotel jobs, they give you benefits. And I can go swimming there, right? I probably get a discounted price for swimming there. After my shift, I can go for like a 1-hour shift every shift. Yeah. They'll ask me, Ivan, full-time or part-time? I'm like, full-time. If I get that job, I'm quitting Coco Frutti, obviously. But I don't see the chick I like at Denty's, right? I don't see her anymore. She used to work Tuesdays last year, but I don't see her anymore. So, but the other chick I like, I saw her today, but she works evening shifts. Afternoon, evening shifts. She doesn't work mornings. I only work once a week at Denty, so is it really worth keeping the job? Because once a week is nothing. I only get like $80. Obviously. Which is nice side money if you're working full-time at another place, right? Yeah, I make my $900 at my other job and I get $180 at Denty's. I make like my $1,000, like $80. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking hot. Yeah, I might have to put the fan on, guys, for a bit. Because I'm drenched. Yeah. How much more you have saved this paycheck, Ivan? I was hoping to get 1,000, but I spent a little bit of my savings. I'll have about 900 saved. So I went from zero, no money, to 900 in 2 paychecks. Not bad, but I have to save like 3,000, at least 3,000, 4,000 end of the year. I'll probably save maybe 3,500, 4,000 end of the year I save. Yeah. A lot of my money this paycheck will get drained because tomorrow I have to get my bike fixed. I'm using my money to get it fixed. It'll cost me maybe $100 for that. I also gotta pay the government. I'm putting a good $60 in my paycheck to pay off the government, and I have like $270, $260 left to go. Yeah. 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 So you don't like Coco Frutti, Ivan? No, I don't. I don't like working there, man. It's too much work. Yeah. Denty's is a lot of work too, but I told you, Denty's is not as stressing as Coco Frutti. Like, I'm not that stressed when I work at Denty's. I'm I'm a little bit tired after my shift, but I'm not like Coco 40. Like my body's completely drained of energy. Because closing there is not fun. You have a lot of dishes to wash, man. You have to close means you have to wash every dish that has to be washed. Because the restaurant closes at 2:30, which means they bring all the dishes that have to be washed. It's a mountain of dishes, and you have to clear it. Whereas Dinty's, they bring like quite a bit of dishes, but it's not like Coco 40. The restaurant doesn't close at 2:30, so I just have to wash the kitchen dishes, wash the charcoal, mop my dish pit area, take out like maybe 4 or 5 garbages that are not that heavy, and that's it. Yeah. But Dinty's, they make me do more prep work. Like at Dinty's, I have to cut the onion, I have to peel the onions, I have to do the bacon. They also today I had to help the boss with the fried chicken. I had to help him with that. Sometimes I do Slovaki. Slovaki sucks, obviously. Yeah, and dressings too, and coleslaw. Yeah, carrots. Yeah. I told you if I had a choice of working full time at Dinty's or Coco 40, I would choose Dinty's. I like working there more than Coco 40. And plus, Dinty's they give you tip, right? Dinty's I get tip and I get like all you can drink soft drinks, man. Like they have Coke, Diet Coke. I drink usually like, I don't know, like 5 a day, 5, 6 cups a day. Whereas Coco 40 you can grab like you can Coco 40 I can drink as much coffee as I want. But you can't drink like a bunch of orange juice and soft drinks, right? Because they don't have a vending machine. Coco 40 they don't have a vending machine. They have these cans. Whereas Dinty's actually have a vending machine with like all these drinks, water, yeah. Yeah, but now usually after my shift at Coco 40, I usually grab a drink in the fridge because I'm so tired and I want to be refreshed. So I grab a drink in the fridge. I just sit outside for maybe like 8 minutes. I have a smoke. I look at my phone. I just relax for a bit because my body's so tired. When I walk home, it's a struggle, man, because my body just drained of energy. Hence why I need to get my bike, which will help me out a lot, man. Once I'm tired, I just go on my bike. It's like a 5 minute bike ride home. Yeah. But tomorrow I'm gonna have my stepmother drive me to Shadow Garcia. I'm gonna apply at the restaurant there in person. I already applied online. I didn't hear from them. I'm gonna apply in person. Maybe they might be interested. So I'd rather work at that hotel than work at fucking Go 40. But and the boss cut my hours. The boss cut my hours. I only work like 3 days a week now, which means I only get like my $600. I want to make at least my $800, $900, right? 850, 900, 800, 850, 900. Yeah. Which is what I used to make back in 2023. And then early 2024, when I got the Dinty's job, that's when the boss cut my hours. I was working now like 3 days a week. Now I work on average 3 days a week. I get like $600. It's not that great. Even $800, $900 is not that great. But for someone who doesn't pay rent, it's not bad. I can save some money, some good money. So I'm saying for someone who doesn't pay rent, I'm qualifying it. It's pretty good. But if I pay rent, I'd be fucked. I have like no money for myself because I'm making minimum wage, right? And that's why the gates don't touch my money, man. You have me work blood, sweat, and tears for peanuts while you're making your choices around the world. These blades off the Xanus book is for me, BJ. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pig. You're not touching my money. How do I go? I have the keys. I don't have to sell to you, man. That's how it works right now. I have the keys to the kingdom. I can open the door myself. Yeah. Yeah. one beer. Then I cheated. I bought 2 packs of smokes and 6 beers. I cheated a little bit today. Hence why I'm down. I was supposed to have 1,000 save. I'm down to 900. I blew a bit more of my money, but I still saved the majority of my money, but I blew quite a bit of it, like 200, I don't know, like 70 bucks of it I blew. But the rest I saved. So this paycheck I'll be down about 900 saved. The next paycheck I'll be 1,000 plus, I don't know, 1,100, 1,200 maybe. That's why I'm looking for another job, because the boss, I asked the boss, like, oh, 44 hours. He won't give me more hours because the restaurant's slow right now. That's why he cut my hours to 3 shifts a week. And yeah. There's one guy at Denny's that he told me, he's like, Ivan, like, you only work once a day here at Denny's. He's like, how are you surviving? I'm like, no, I have another job. He's like, oh, okay. In other words, he was shocked. He's like, why are you working here if you're going to work once a day, right? There's no point in working another job if you work once a week. You're only making maybe 200 bucks. It's not bad, but yeah, but I like working at Denny's. Denny's is fun. I like working there. I'm not going to quit Denny's. I'm only going to get 1 shift for the whole summer. That's what the manager told me. And then once school starts, I'll get my 2 days a week back. But chances are I might end up quitting Denny's. If I don't see the chick in another maybe like month and a half, I'm probably end up quitting Denny's if I get another job, full-time job. I'll just work full-time my other job. Yeah. Because I'm only staying because I want to get that chick's number down, right? The other chick I like too, but she works evenings. So I can't talk to her, right? Unless I ask them to give me evening shifts. I can ask them, hey, can you give me evening shifts? That way I can talk to the other chick. But if I work evening shifts, that means I can't talk to the other chick who works mornings. But I don't see her anymore. Like, she comes by maybe once a month. I see her like once a month now. I used to see her on Tuesdays all the time, but ever since she went back to school in September, and ever since then I've barely seen her. And she told me she graduated from college, and she'll be working at another like good paying job. She's like, yeah, Ivan, I'll be leaving Denny's around like August, September. I'm leaving. She told me that. Bullshit always happens right in America, right? All the time, man. Yeah, it's bullshit. Some sour. You're right, if you have a wife, I know, but Victoria Justice is a cheating whore. She keeps banging guys after she grinds me. I'm gonna get my girlfriend to do it. I'm sorry, man. You're pissed off. Karma's a bitch. That's how it works. I'm not gonna listen to you, man. You don't listen to me, I'm not listening to you either. Right, there you go. Oh, Ivan won't do that to me. I'm like, VJ, I asked him, man, you want to date 2 years ago, man. And I got rejected. I'm going to get my girlfriend, VJ. I'm sorry. I'm going to lose this weight. Yeah. I'm sorry. So VJ's blind. Yeah, like after what you did to me behind my back, you're really gonna give me hell for dating one chick, man. When you know you're not even worthy to judge me, man, you're a cheating whore. And that's why when you cry to me, VJ, I'm gonna ignore you. And if you yell at me, I'm gonna ignore you. Because you're gonna keep seeing the guys as you're demonized. You want your full cake, you're not gonna get your full cake. I know, VJ, you want your full cake, you're not gonna get your full cake. I figured it out, man. I hear you moaning every fucking day. You're seeing those guys. I'm not an idiot. You can cover your sin all you want. I'm gonna get my girlfriend. If you're pissed off, I'm sorry, man. Karma's a bitch. And when you cry to me and yell at me, I'm gonna ignore you. I'm not gonna listen to you. It's tough, Ivan. Yeah, it's tough for me too. Yeah, there you go. It's tough for me too. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. And she knows I show her. Yeah, I can show her good, man. Even though I'm pissed off, he knows I'm gonna keep seeing these guys. Yes. Ugh, like I'm a selfish bitch, man. Yeah, she is. Probably hear her mind. Yeah, I'm a fucking selfish bitch. Like I like these guys. I love these moles. The wife is never gonna know, but man, I don't like it when he's hanging out with this chick and all that stuff. Cause she's selfish. She wants it for me, but I'm not gonna let you do my that, man. I'm not gonna let you do my VJ. I'm not stupid. You're gonna keep seeing the guys, and so I'm gonna keep seeing the chick too. That's how it works. So there you go. Fuck you. Yeah, I know why you swear at me, because you know I shut you for good. You can't say shit. There we go. Sidetracking, guys. Ivan, how much money do you think you'll make off your Xanus book? 10 to 12 to 14 to 15 to 20 billion. Or I'm shocked and I make 30, 40, 50 billion, or even 100 billion off the book if everyone will buys it. A good like 2.5 billion people will buy it. I'll make like my 40 billion, 50 billion around there. And if I make 50 billion off the book, I'll put 3 billion towards Xanus, a bit more money. That's enough. I'm not gonna blow more money. You don't want to be stupid with money. $1 billion per volume. If I make my 30, 40, 50 billion. If I make 20 plus billion, I'll put 3 billion towards Xanus. I make 25, 28 billion, 30 billion off Xanus, I'll make Xanus for 3 billion. $1 billion per volume. That way Peter has a bigger budget. I can put 600, like 30 million towards visual effects per volume. I make it for $1 billion each. The chances are I might make my 10, my 12. He's like, how much money do I book, by the way? I made total $5 million. You made total $5 million off your book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit. I'll put 2.1 billion towards Xanus. 700 million per volume. That's already revolutionary technology. That's already high tech enough. Yeah. Something revolutionary, something unheard of. Blowing hall out of the water, yeah. You need to give Peter Jackson under the budget, obviously, for the movie. That way he's happy. He has unlimited resources for his movie. His Xanus movie he's directing right now, or Mel Gibson. Yeah. And if I make 30, like 25, 30 billion, I can pay Eric Rezahaki, my head chefs, a bit more money. I can pay him their 300K. There's 6, like, I can pay them a bit more. If I make more than 20, I'll pay Eric Rezahaki like a 30,000 sign bonus, 300K the third year, 300K the fourth year. So they make 660,000 instead of 4. Like, yeah. I can pay them more. I can pay my photographers them a little bit more too. If I make my like 30 plus billion. But chances are I'm not going to make that. I'm going to make my 10, 14, 15, 20 billion off the book. But if I make something crazy like 30 billion, I'll pay Eric Rezahaki, my head chefs, more money. For 300K salary. 30K sign. I won't, if I pay them 300K, I'm not going to pay them a 40,000 sign bonus. I'll pay them a 30,000 sign bonus because I'm already paying them a lot for their base. But if I make my 20 less, they make their 200K, I can pay them a 40,000 bonus. Sorry, a 30,000 bonus. Yeah. And they make 460,000. I make 25 plus billion, 20 plus billion, they make 60,000. Which is like 300 something thousand in the bank around there, right? A lot of money for them. I can pay my photographers a bit more too, a bigger bonus on stuff. But the team and the actors, it stays the same because I'm already paying those guys enough. They don't make that in Hollywood, since they're now. The Hollywood actors, I'm already paying them their tens of millions. I'm not raising the amount for them. That's good enough. Even if I make 30, 40 billion on my book, I'm not raising the amount. Like, that's good enough. They don't make that in Hollywood. There's a reason why I make way more than them, because me and Meech are much bigger than we're God. We're the boss. That's why we get paid the bigger bucks. They get paid the big bucks too, but not the kind of money me and Meech make. Me and Meech are making the big bucks, man. The big dollar bucks, right? Yeah. Yeah. So the Hollywood actors agents will push for more money. Yeah, they will, but I'm not paying them more money. When I'm paying them enough, they don't make that in Hollywood. John Mega's agent might push for 20 million in film profits. I'm like, no, he's not getting that. He's not worth that. He gets his 8.5. If he's worth like in 18, 19, I can pay him 10. John Mega for his film for the film profits. I'm not going higher than 9 for him. That's good enough for him. I'm not paying more than 9. And everyone else, man. I'm like, no, John, you get 9. Stop being greedy, man. Ivan, it's nothing. I'm like, John, you're not getting $20 million. You get 9. I have to watch it for my budget, man. I'm not gonna have you do like that, Samsara. You only didn't make this in Hollywood. For Star Wars, you made your like 400K for Force Awakens. Yeah. And I'm paying you a lot of money, man. Yeah, man. Eric Rezahaki might be greedy too. Ivan, what about the $300,000 salary? The only way I'll pay you $300K is if I make like my 30 plus billion off the book. If I make 20 less, you get your $200K, which is most likely what they're gonna make. They're gonna make their $200K for the third year, $200K the fourth year, and they get two $30,000 bonuses. So they sign a $460,000 deal. It's a master contract. You're walking away with like $260,000 in your bank after taxes. A lot of money for the head chefs. Tony might want $300K. I'm like, no, Tony, you get $100K. I'm not gonna have you do that, Sarah. Yeah. Why are the Hollywood actors, managers, and agents greedy? Because they know me, VJ's film, the money off the film profits, the Blu-ray film profits, 4K Blu-ray film profits, and the merchandise in the game is in the billions. That's why they want a bigger chunk of the pie. The agents, because they know me, VJ's brand is going to do billions in net profits. They want a bigger chunk of that. They're greedy, the agents. That's why they're going to push for more money. But I'm not paying the actors more money. That's good enough. They don't make that in Hollywood. Sarah. Yeah. In other words, the managers and agents are salivating over me, VJ's brand. They're salivating over the Zane's brand. It's a huge brand. Now, Ivan's brand's huge. He made his billions off the book, and now he started his own film studio with VJ. And he's selling his merchandise. He's releasing his game, selling his game and his movie. That's billions in that profits. He want a bigger chunk of that. That's why they're going to try and get royalties for the game, a bigger chunk of the merchandise royalties, and then the film profits. Because it's in the billions. Yeah, I know. I make my $8 billion off the movie. The agents, that's a lot of money. The agents want a bigger cut of that, a bigger chunk of that. I make $4.5 billion off the merch. The agents want a bigger chunk of that. I make like my $10 billion off the game, $9.5 billion off the game, $10 billion off the game. The agents want a bigger chunk of that. Greedy pigs. Yeah. Hollywood actors, agents, and managers are greedy pigs. Yeah. Alright, if you make Zanes for $3 billion, are you going to increase the amount for the crewmen? No. $150K is good enough. I'm not increasing the amount. I'm already overpaying them. If I pay them like $200K each, that's like $550 million on the salary budget. That's crazy, man. Like the movie, I want the majority of the money going towards the movie. That's very important. I'm also putting $450 million towards the budget per movie to make sure the crewmen get paid their good $150K. The lower is Hobbit crewmen. And the actors get paid their rich millions, but I'm not going any higher than that. Even if I make 50% off the book, I'm not increasing the amount. The Hollywood actors get what I structured for the salary, for the salaries. That's good enough. They don't make this in Hollywood. Now, right, we're making PS compared to you, yes, because we're much bigger than you and we're God, and we're the boss. Hence why we're making way more than you, because we're the big boss. That's how it works. Don't hate them, son. I'm still making sure you get paid more than what you make in Hollywood, right? Yeah, there you go. Still getting paid the big ones, but because the amount of money they're making compared to me and VJ's pocket change, The agents and managers want more. They want a bigger cut of the pie, obviously. Yeah. Will the agents try to get more from the front end? Yeah, they will. They're going to try their best to have their actors make more money. But they know the front end money I'm limited because I have a budget. Ivan's a little limited in his front end deal because he has a budget to follow. I have a salary cap to follow. Whereas the back end is unlimited. It's in the billions and nets, man. That's why they want a bigger chunk of that, the agents and managers and all of their greedy pigs. Yeah. What about $100 million for Russell Crowe? I'm like, no, guys, he gets $55 million. You guys are getting greedy. I'm not paying Russell Crowe $100 million to film profits. He's not worth it. He gets 55. Ivan, like, you're greedy too. Like you're making all these billions. You're giving us the peanuts. Yes, because me and Vijay are the big boss. We're much bigger than you. And that's why we're making way more than you. But stop thinking about the amount of money me and Vijay are making. I just know that I gave you a good deal. This is a huge contract. You don't make this in Hall on average, guys. It's a deal, Ivan. Yeah, I give you a good deal. If you don't like my offer, you're more than welcome to Hall and leave that behind. It's a deal, Ivan. Yeah. And Russell Crowe signs that $100 million deal, that massive contract. If I choose him, yeah. Some Sarah. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, what else about it? I'm like, no, John, you get nice. I'll be greedy. It's a deal, man. Yeah, John, give you sign like a massive, what, like 22 million deal. John Mega signed? Yeah. He signed a mega deal. But because he knows me and Vijay are going to make our billions, he wants a bigger chunk of that John Mega. He's greedy. All the actors are greedy, man. The agents are greedy. Yeah. But John Mega was set my deal. He signed a massive, like, 20+ million deal, man. Like, that's a mega deal. But because his pocket change around his money me and Vijay are making, his agent will try and get more money, but I'm not paying John making more money. That's a good deal. You don't make this Hollywood John. A $20 million deal is good enough for you. Stop being greedy and you get the perks. I've what about like $800K for the promos for John Mega? I'm like, no. John gets $250K. Stop being greedy, guys. You're getting greedy. I'm not going to pay John Mega $800K for the promos. He gets $250K. I'm sorry. Yeah. You go over your book today, Ivan? Yeah, I might. I might go over it after I make this video. While it's uploading, I'll go over my book. Yeah. I might film myself going over my book, maybe. I might release another video tonight, maybe. But that video will be boring. It's just me looking at my book. But I might talk for a bit there, here and there, yeah. I'll go over my book. I might record myself doing that, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I have to save my money, which I will. I'm more serious with my savings. I still spend a little of my savings, but now I actually save the bulk of my savings. Was before I blew it all. I was down to like 30, $40 in my savings, zero in my bag, in my savings. Now I've been serious, and now I'm up to 900. But I have to be. I still touch a bit of my savings. I should have been at 1,000 this paycheck, but I blew my money, so now I'm up to 900 in my savings. Yeah, end of the year I should save my at least my 4 grand. Get my book proof. I design my cover, and I will do that interview with Vince Valentino. I'll do maybe a three video series. So instead of making the movie, which costs so much money, and I don't make any money off that, I'll just do an interview with Vince Valentino in his apartment or something like that. I'll contact him on his YouTube channel. He'll know I have the keys, and we can do like 3 interviews. How long, Ivan? Do an hour and a half to 2 hour, 3 like 2-hour interviews. I can pay Vincent $300 for it. $250 is good enough for him, right? Now I'll pay him $300. That way he's more motivated to. That way he's $300 to interview me. No, $250 to interview me for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's a good deal for him. That's like 125 an hour. That's a good deal for Vince Valentino. And I'll take him out to dinner and beer and everything. Yeah, I'll have beer with him and everything. Yeah. Or I can buy beer at the beer store, which is cheaper, and I get drunk with him in his apartment. I buy like liquor. We get drunk in his apartment. I order food. You party up with him and the cameraman and his girlfriend. He has a girlfriend too. I think I met his girlfriend. Did I meet his girlfriend? I don't remember. Talk about my book. The book publishing industry, my book. What path is better, self-publishing or traditional publishing? I know about all that stuff. I did my research. As when I made that my first video on my Listening series, I made a video about that. Right? Yeah, I know about how the book publishing business works, how traditional publishing works, how self-publishing works. I know how it all works, obviously, as I did my research. Watched many YouTube videos on that, and I read a lot of stuff online. I know I know enough about the industry, the book publishing industry. Yeah. 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 Can you remind me? No, I didn't. I organized my cans in my bag. I put the cans in my bag, but I didn't clean my room yet. Tomorrow I might clean it. It's my day off. I might clean it tomorrow. Do a thorough cleaning. Clean it well. Yeah. Well, I consider, man, what volume is the best? Well, for me personally, it's volume 3, but I think most fans are like volume 2 the best. Because volume 2 is the bridge chapter. It's the bridge book between volume 1 and volume 2. Volume 1 is the bridge to volume 2, and volume 2 is the bridge to volume 3. It's the middle book, hence why some people might like it the best. And you can argue the flow of dialogue is the best in volume 2. Whereas volume 3, it's amazing too, but it's a bit more raw in some sections. When some sections, a little bit of sections when you read it, that's when the scenes and and the big stuff happen and it blows your mind away. That's why you can argue Volume 3 is the best. You can also argue Volume 2 is better. Volume 1 is the worst because it's short, it's shorter, and it's just a build-up of the story. It's the build-up of the story. See what I'm going to read the book. I won't spoil the story for you. Some sound. Is Taki's afraid of Eratat? Yes, he is. He's in agony because he knows Eratat's a devil, man. But he's also brave and bold. Like, he's afraid of him in one sense, but I don't want to spoil story. Assuming you read the book, right? He is afraid of Eratat. He knows he's a devil. That's why he's in agony. He knows his fate, obviously. He knows his destiny. But at the same time, he's also brave and bold. But I can't tell you anything without spoiling the story for you. But you'll see what I mean with the book. I won't spoil the story for you. But all the humans fear the wolves, man. They're devil beings, man. They're wicked devil beings, evil beings. They fear them, yeah. The Salons always have this constant fear. What if the wolves come here? They have that fear. And finally, in the 10th generation, Taki generation, the wolves, they mark the lands. Which for generations, they never touched the lands. Why I won't spoil the story. You'll see when you read Volume 3. That's why I won't spoil the story for you. That's why I enjoy Volume 3. Because Volume 3 answers all the questions when you read it, right? Yeah. All the stuff about the faces in the sky appearing and everything, you know what I'm saying? And Taki's talking about the will I smile for them, this generation is lucky and all stuff. All your questions are answered in Volume 3. That's why I didn't show you Volume 3. I don't want to spoil the story for you. Some Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. Is Eratat scary in the book? No, not really. You guys read scenes of Eratat in the book, right? He's not that scary in the book. Well, Volume 3, he's pretty freaky. You'll see what I mean in Volume 3. Volume 3 is when he becomes a bit more scary and freaky, but because it's a book, he's not that scary. Like, you're not going to be, like, frightened when you read the book, no. But you're going to feel for the characters when you read the book, especially Volume 3. Eratat is pretty freaky in the book, but he's not that scary because it's a book, right? But once I bring the demonic character's life in the movie, that's when he's a devil. The most horrific being in movie history, man. You're looking at walking devils and demons. Something scary. I showed you guys some pictures, man. You're looking at demons like that. Even scarier than that. That's why Priest Ivy. This is a masterpiece. This is Lord of the Rings, though. I know, but he's Lord of the Rings. A masterpiece. My book. Yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna go upstairs and make my coffee. I'll be back in a sec. Let's get rid of one that for guys on the show. Alright, guys, I'm back. Sorry for the wait. I went upstairs to brew my fresh coffee in the coffee with a coffee maker, and I also had to take a leak. I'm 257 now, guys. 257 pounds. Why? Because I've been doing the fasting thing. I also walked from Dinty's, a 40-minute walk, and I was drenched in sweat. I burned calories. Yeah. And yesterday, all I ate was the one hamburger in the morning. And at nighttime, I had one tuna sub at Subway. That's it. And today, all I'm eating is my Dinty's food. Yeah. All I'm eating is my Dinty's food. And that's it. But I need to stop drinking the fat drinks. Because I've been drinking a lot of like 7-Up and Coke and all stuff. That's not good. But I balance it with Coke Zero and like Pepsi Zero and like Diet Pepsi and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm 257 now, guys. Yeah. obviously, because I'm doing my what's it called? Intermediate fasting or something like that, where you eat like one meal a day. Like tomorrow's my cheat day, but I'm only gonna eat that one junk food. I'm not gonna eat anything all day. I'm gonna starve myself for breakfast and lunch. At night time, I eat my junk food. The days I get paid is the days I eat my junk food, obviously. Well, you get Ivan. I don't know. I might get Pizza's annoying. Bob's is annoying. Even Snack Shack's getting annoying. Hot dogs are getting annoying. I might get Belmont's. 2 burgers and onion rings with barbecue sauce. I might get that. And that's all I'm eating tomorrow. I'm not eating anything else. And I also have my weight loss gummies too. Yeah. And I go like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go just to get my fresh coffee, guys. Yeah. Well, even when we start to see a difference in your weight loss, once I hit 240, you'll start to notice. Yeah. Because before I was 274, and now I'm 257. So at 250, you guys will notice a little bit I'm losing weight. But once I hit 250, I'm no longer going to let you guys know how much I weigh. I'll let my body do the talking. You guys will know. Yeah, Ivan looks a bit thinner. He looks a bit skinnier when he's 250 because I dropped like 24 pounds. I dropped 40 pounds from 290. I was originally 290. When I started my weight loss, I was originally 290 back in 2023. And now I'm down to 257. So I lost 33 pounds. If my math is right? Yeah. 33 pounds. I still have a long ways to go, right? But once I hit 250, I only have to lose like 56 pounds now. 56 pounds you can easily lose in like 6-7 months, right? If you're serious. But yeah. And that's why I want to get that job at that hotel. Is if I get that job at that hotel, after my shifts, I can go swimming at the hotel. I work like a 7-hour shift, whatever it is. I'm tired and I do like a 1 hour of exercise swimming in the pool. And swimming, you burn calories too. If you swim, yeah, you burn calories. And I bike home and I eat 1 meal a day. That's how it works. That's how you lose the weight. I'm sorry. And get my girlfriend. Don't hate me, Jim Sen. Yeah. You can't resist Iron Man at 194. I'm too fucking handsome at 194, man. When I'm 194, I'll be very handsome, looking like Jesus, man. Except take away the beard. I don't have a full-grown beard. I'm fucking handsome, man. You can't resist Iron Man looking like that at 194. I'm too fucking handsome. I don't mean to be cocky, right? Yeah. Why will you put your pictures up when you lose the weight? When I hit 230, then when I hit the 230s, I'll post it. 239, 238, I'll make a YouTube video, a slideshow with music, or I'll post it on my Twitter account, X account. Yeah, that's when I'll post it. And the wall, VJ's like, ah. Even at 238, I'll look pretty good, right? I now look like I did in that Love Correctly 2 short film I did. That commercial short film I did, yeah. I was like 235 back then. I look pretty skinny, right? That's me at 235. 194, I'm very skinny. And I look very handsome. But when I walk down the street, I know it was like women and men checking me out, like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, I even looks Huggy the right 194. Yeah, man. Huggy the right 194. You know? And once I get to 194, I'm never going to gain that weight back ever again. I'll just do a thing, okay, Ivan, the day you get paid, that's the day you can eat your junk food. So twice, And then the rest of the week, you gotta be serious and eat food at home. Healthy food at home. But sometimes I will have cheat days whereby, yeah. Usually, if, like yesterday, I only had Subway because there was nothing to eat. My stepmother made, like, beef, but I wasn't really feeling the beef. So I decided to walk to Subway, and I got myself a tuna sub. The sub was okay. Yeah, Subway's not that good right now. Most overrated fast food chain in the world, Subway, right? Yeah. Yeah. Subway makes billions. It's a very most popular sandwich fast food chain, but it's not that good, right? It's okay. It's not Quiznos. Quiznos blows Subway out of the water, but they have much better tasting subs. Yeah, man. I worked at Quiznos. I know how good the subs are, man. Their subs are better than Subway, man. Better subs than Subway, yeah. Sidetracking. Yeah! Someone's calling me, guys. Yeah, my younger said brother called me for the coffee. I'm gonna go upstairs and get my Greek coffee. Back in a second, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this show. Alright, I'm back, guys. Went upstairs to get my coffee. Fresh coffee, so it tastes pretty good. Yeah. Ivan, is Lithia a virgin in your book? I don't explain it, but no, she's not. Because when you read in that passage with Job, he's like, yeah, every man in Sapphias will love to get their hands on her. In other words, a lot of men in Sapphias flirt with Lithia, obviously. Lithia's not a virgin either. I don't explain in the book, but she's obviously not a virgin. She's like Tachia. She's known for her rare beauty. And because she's beautiful, a lot of men in Sapphias hit on her. She had sex with men too. And Tachia is a handsome prince. He has experience with women, so he's obviously not a virgin. I don't explain it in the book, but he's not a virgin, Tachia. As Papyr even said, yeah, I'm not the Prince of Xanus who gets whatever he wants. That's right, you're not. And Tachis is, and yeah, when you read later on when they're dancing and everything, like Bells tells Papyr, yeah, he's great with women and all that stuff. As you read in that passage, you women are looking very beautiful today. He has game tactics, whereas Tacitonius has no game. Yes, and I like chicken. I'm now sick. I know. That scene was a bit raw. Oh, I get what you're saying, guys. That was good. Yeah, it was good. Papyr is better with women. Yeah, and I like chicken. Really? Chicken is the best you've got? I told you I'm not great with women. Okay, follow my lead. I'm now sick. I know. I'm looking sick. Freeze on. Look at a masterpiece. I know for you. It's one of the things. I know for you. It's one of the things. Yeah. It's one of the things Peter said. Yeah. Is Belle and Mary known for their beauty? I don't mention it in the books. You know, but Lithia is known for her rare beauty, obviously, when you read the book. As Tachys was shocked when he saw her, he's like, who is that? That'll be Eli's daughter. She's beautiful. Ah, very. Every noble man will love to get their hands on her. No, I know, sick, I know. All the men in Sapphias want Lithia, man. She's a beautiful woman. And Tachys is a great woman too, as those slutty women were hated. Were talking. Tacitonius and Tachys were talking to those women, right? When you read in that scene, and Tacitonius ends up going upstairs to his chambers. He has sex with one of the women, obviously. And the one woman who was talking to Tachys, she's like, "Do you want to go upstairs too?" He's like, "Not today, my lady." She's like, "I guess Barabbas is right. You are arrogant. It was nice talking to you too, harlot. Yeah, whore." Harlot is the old term for whore, right? Whore is like the slang term for harlots. But it's actually, whores are really called harlots. But whore is a slang term for harlot. Yeah. Harlot is actually the word in the olden days, the old English days. But now you have a slang term for it, it's whore. But Tachys in the book calls her a harlot. But in the movie I might have him call her a whore. It was nice talking to you too, whore. No, harlot sounds better. It was nice talking to you too, harlot. Yeah, that was funny. I'm saying, yeah. Because Tachys is an arrogant, cocky prince, right? It's arrogant. Cocky. Yeah. You're going to see me in the movie, I'm arrogant and cocky. And then later on, I come with my chair. Because I've been looking at our masters. I know people tell me, Ivan, you gotta act like, don't act mature, act cocky and arrogant all the time in the first like 2 volumes. But once you get thrown in a dungeon, it humbles you and you're more mature, Ivan. Okay, I see what you're saying, Peter. I destroy the role of Tachys. Because Ivan, that's good enough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Destroy the role, yeah. You're gonna see behind the scenes Peter Jackson. He's sitting on his directing chair. He's like, ready, set, action. You know, say they filmed the scene. You see me filming the scene. Because Ivan, try to do this, try to do that. I'm like, okay. And because Ivan, that's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough, Ivan. Yeah, anything out of him is good, right? Yeah. 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 All right, you really think Peter Jackson will tell you your movie's better than Lord of the Rings? Yeah, he will. It's a better movie. It's a better story than Lord of the Rings, man. Yeah, he'll start to picture all the big scenes in Volume 3, the light behind the walls, and like, yeah, you have that scene, young Tacius, like Cassius and Miramis kept the Devil Wolf secret from Tacius Asatonis, and Tacius is curious what's inside the walls. You know what I'm saying? And beyond those walls, you have the Devil Wolves that live in the cell. Looking at a masterpiece, man. Who's looking at a masterpiece? Why can't we leave the walls? Tacius, enough with this question. Haven't I already told you so? Well, I don't understand. Are the Southerns really that dangerous? Southerns? Bear. You know what I'm saying? Is there no peace within the lands? There's some peace here in Xanus. That was a good one, yeah. That's always sarcastic, yeah. That was funny. I'm saying, yeah. There's some peace here in Xanus. Yeah, what Tacius meant is there no peace in the lands. Is there no peace between the Northerns and the South, the Northerns and the Southerns? Obviously, but because Asatonis is a sarcastic joker, he's like, there's some peace here in Xanus. Yeah, he's a sarcastic joker. I know it's funny, I know. There's some peace here in Xanus. I'm saying, yeah. Is there no peace within the lands? You mean monsters, cousin? Yeah, my book is sick, man. And Young Taki is my worst chapter in volume 1, but some fans might like it even the best, right? They might think it's one of the best ones. Very entertaining chapter, but it's the worst one when you read it, in my opinion. In my personal opinion, it's the worst one. But some fans might like Young Taki's better than... 22 Years Later is obviously the better chapter than Young Taki, but some fans might like Young Taki's better than what was Cyrus and Cyrus No More, In Search for the Prince. In Search for the Prince is a chapter that you guys read with Cleo, Francis, and Sebastian. That's In Search for the Prince. Obviously. That's an interesting chapter. And I showed you guys the ending of that chapter, right? This is Eratet's story, and we're in his domain. What is that noise? It's them. It's the wolves. They're here. That's right before the battle scene. With Asatonis, Cassius, their 50 men, and fulfill those wolves. That's why my book is sick. It's a masterpiece, man. Amazing story. Yeah, even in your own Tactics chapter, they sound like kids. Yes. How do you do that, Ivan? You just make your characters jump on the page. I don't know, man. It's a gift I have. I know how I do it. Yeah, they even sound like kids in Young Tactics. Yeah, when you read Young Tactics, they even sound like kids too when you read it. The characters come alive on a page. Yeah, it's a masterpiece, my book. You mean monsters, cousin? Do not have to pray, take shelter, protection, or run away. You mean monsters, cousin? Yeah. One day I'll be king like my father was. And what about me? You'll always be my sarcastic older cousin. Yeah, I was sick, I know. Yeah. Go away. I don't feel like talking right now. It's me, that's Antonius. I know, now go away. Jokes like me. You know what I'm saying? And he opens the door. You disobeyed my command just earlier. Ha ha ha, you're not king yet, Tacius. Why have you come? I'm now sick. I know I look sick. I don't know. I just thought I should talk to my cousin. How about we dress up in disguise and try to sneak past the walls? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm looking sick, man. Even that scene, Young Tacius is fucking entertaining. Yeah, Young Tacius is arguably my worst chapter in the whole book, man. And even when you read that, you're hooked too. Yeah, even my weakest chapters are fucking entertaining. I guarantee you some of my weakest chapters in my book are better than some of the best chapters of these fantasy authors' books that you read, right? Yeah, because I'm a creative genius. I know how to make the characters come alive and have my story be fresh and entertaining. It's entertaining. Read my book. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. 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 So when Taki says, are the Salam's really that dangerous? Maramis and Cassius, yeah, I don't want to spoil the story for you. You'll see when you read that chapter. But you guys know that Maramis, the only thing I'll spoil for you, in the end of the prologue, Queen Sarah makes a promise, tells Cassius to make a promise to her. She says, never make mention of the demon wolves to my son or Tacitones, his cousin. And that's how you understand Young Tacius when you read it. Yeah. Tacius always don't even know about the demon. They don't even know about the South. Because Cassius and Maramis kept it hidden from them. Because they're not ready yet. They're little kids. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to frighten these kids. Does Tacius end up knowing, well, I don't want to spoil the story, because here when you read the book, I won't spoil the story. 22 years later is when you see what happens. I didn't show you that big climax scene in that chapter. I didn't show you that scene. I showed you the less interesting scene with Darling, bring me a cup of wine. That's the less interesting scene. But the scene right after that is the big climax of that chapter. I didn't show you because I don't want to spoil the story for you. Some Sarah? Yeah, I mean, even that Darling, bring me a cup of wine scene was fucking entertaining. Yeah, I know. When I was just a child, ale is not served. We never bring those days because we drank juice of age. Juice, not ale. I can say whatever I like. I was sick, I know. You're talking to the woman, yeah. Because when you read Young Tacius, Tacitonius, when they're kids, they go to the brewery with, the Xanian brewery with, Maramis and Cassius, and they want to try like a drink of ale, and then they're like, no, you're too young. And then Maramis is like, when you're older, you'll be drinking with us. And now they're older, and they're drinking ale with talking to the woman, hence why they have memories of when they're kids. You guys see what I'm saying? It ties back into that scene in Young Tachyon. When Al is just a child, ale is not served. You know what I'm saying? That's what Taki says. And then Tastoni's like, cousin, we not bring those days, cousin. We drank drinks of age. Juice, not ale. I can say whatever I like, yeah. Because they were causing a ruckus in the brewery in Young Tachyon. And they're like, scram out of here. The manager's like, scram out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though you're the Prince of Xanus, act like one, you know what I'm saying? And Taki is like, I can stay wherever I like. He's a cocky, arrogant prince. Yeah, like, you don't have authority over me. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm the Prince of Xanus. That's why in that scene, he's like, I can say whatever I like. Yeah.